It may not look like it depending on how you looking at it. We're in eye-opening times, you hear me? We're in some eye-opening times. And depending on how you look at it, going to determine the effect of the times that we experiencing, and we all experiencing different type of times in our present experience. You hear me? Good, bad, or indifference. And then once again, that's just a matter of perception. You know, those words, good, bad, or indifference, are just points of perception. You know, but this that time of year. You know, it's October. You know, as some say, the veil thin, or you know, the access is easier, depending on how you want to look at it. But it's that time of year. You know, when things happen, and things will happen. You know, it's not it's not so much importance of what's happening. You know, what is it preparing us for? Why is what's happening that is happening to prepare me for? That's the question. Because when we start changing the shift of perception, how we look at the things that we may be experiencing, we start in many ways it can give us a better emotional space to feel from, and along with that, a better view of perception and how we start to perceive things from the moment we can make that shift, and it's necessary. You know, as my shirt say, you can move across a state by changing the state of your mind. You know, but that's a choice. We getting to pick and choose how we experience what we experiencing. You know, for whatever we may need to see, because all us ain't here to see the same things. All us ain't here to see the same things at the same time, I'll say. All us ain't here to experience the same things at the same time. You know, it's funny how life works like that. We be going through different things at different moments in our lives, you know, and then later on in life, we meet people who went through similar things that we may have experienced in their life, that coincides or be in synchronicity to ours. And then those things that we can never make sense of that we have experienced in the different points of time that we experience things like that, we realize what it was all for, you know, when we meet those beings as they appear. You know, yeah. Things gonna be beyond our control. So when things happen beyond our control, we gotta be in better temperamental spaces. We gotta be in better emotional control. We gotta be in rapid think time. You know, otherwise we gonna act the same way that we always acted. When anything else that happened. You know, so but if we being better people, if we becoming better people, if we growing, if we maturing, if we evolving through our evolution, you know, through our journey within, if we expanding, you know, through the journey that we go or we partake in within ourselves, then, you know, we can't handle things the way we used to. You know, in some cases we can't do things that we used to. It ain't my job to tell you what you're supposed to do. You know, on your journey, you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. You know, it's things that I used to do that I no longer do. You know, and that don't make me better than nobody else. You know, it's things that I used to do that I still do. And that don't make me no lesser than nobody else. You hear me? But I do everything for the highest benefit of my spiritual being. of my mental being and my physical being, the me that y'all see. But yeah, that's what it's all about. Inspire somebody. The more you inspire yourself, inspire somebody else. Cause the more clear that you are, the more radiant you appear. And I think a bright, healthy, lit up aura look way better on us than a dirty, dingy, dark, muddy looking aura. And if y'all, and for those of y'all that have sight, and able to see the energetic field, also known as aura around people, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, because we got some beings moving around with some dirty ass auras. You hear me? Part my French if you got a problem with profanity, but we got people running around with some dirty ass auras on the planet, and you really don't want to get that shit on you, so you have to be watching how you so we got to be watching how we moving when we moving wherever we moving. You hear me? It's real out here. You hear me? Never mind what the skeptics say. It's a lot of skeptics out there because they don't know no better. But if you don't know no better, you ain't in a position where you could do better. But if you know better, you're supposed to do better. That's just what it is. If it's enough for us woke. It's enough for us woke. To make more of a difference that's been made in a long time. It's enough for us woke to make the world shift. If it took one in the days of old, then it only take one of us now. To become fully actualized, fully self-actualized. In the mastery of our spiritual being within this physical vessel. Yeah, it only take one. and that want to reach who they supposed to reach. So we all get I said that to say this: we all get an opportunity every day we wake up. We all get an opportunity to be that one to somebody. So they could be that one to somebody through all the bodies that we interact with in one day. It's an impact that we have an opportunity to make on just one that'll spread to many more. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. I ain't come through here to talk long. I just came through here to say something, just to be a bright light. I added some lighting, but I came to be the light. I came to be the light that make that light make sense. You hear me? Spirituality hold us accountable for our reality. Spirituality hold us accountable. So if you say you spiritual, then you held accountable for your reality. What I mean by that is you held accountable for the well-being of your spirit, as well as your soul, by way of your mind. You held accountable for your physical well-being, your nourishment, and so forth and so on, because that's what connect us, to other realms of reality. You hear me? More realistic than this one, and you know that by the evidence of when you lay down at night, if you dream. You hear me? Reality's realer than this when we do the same things in those realities through our dreams and through our travels. When we do it, if you know, you know. But yeah, I just came to be a source of love, a source of inspiration, a source of remembrance. That we responsible for ourselves. As I said, spirituality hold us accountable for our reality. You hear me? And we are responsible for our reality through every thought that we think, through every feeling, emotion that we feel, and through every word that we speak and action that we perform. you know, indeed and indeed, you know. Um, I promote selfishness, healthy selfishness. And what I mean by healthy selfishness is attributes that apply to ourselves that promote positivity, growth, edification, nourishment, and things on that side, on that end of the spectrum. But I also promote unification. I say that to say, if we knew how to work together, because there's a lot of things happening right now on the planet, and we all got our own individual things, you know, that life is phasing us through, you know, towards better things. But if we knew how to work together, emergency situations wouldn't hit the way they do. If we knew how to work together, emergency situations wouldn't hit the same. And I say that because I notice a change. It's a change in the times, and rightfully so. Because when the times change, the guards have to change. So it's a changing of the guards going on. So we see a lot of things going on. And if we're paying attention to social media, we see a lot of things going on. You know, some people may be scapegoats. Some people, you know, may be set up. You know, but if you put under anytime we put under any type of spotlight that we don't want to be in, you know, it's a reason that we got ourselves there. It ain't always somebody else's fault. You hear me? So we got to use these experiences. Not only that we go through in our personal lives, but we got to use these experiences that we see other people go through. You hear me? We got if you've been a crash dummy before for somebody, even if you ain't know you was being a crash dummy for somebody before, when you was going through your shit and your phases, you know, that you had to go through, until that would get you to it start and expand and change your mind about things, and changing the way you view life, so forth and so on, changing the way you deal with yourself, changing the way you deal with others for the betterment, for the good of all, you know. Then you know if you on that, if you in that space right now, then you know. And if you're not, then you part of the problem. you part of the problem, man. And I probably need to be having a one-on-one with you. You hear me? Yeah. So I'm gonna keep pushing change, as I said in the previous video. You know, because people need help, but they ain't gonna ask for it. You hear me? People need healing, but they ain't gonna ask for it. You hear me? And it's sad knowing that we got people, hurting people on the planet, that's in that's so deep in the space of hurt that you can't even ask for help, and then if help show up, you don't even know how to receive it. And I know what it's like to be in that space, cause if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to talk to it. For y'all who come through and listen, y'all won't feel it the way it's felt. You hear me? Yeah. Yeah. Let that bullshit know that you had enough. Let the toxicity know that you had enough. Let the pseudo mutuality, because it started in the household. You hear me? It started in the household. You know, I ain't gonna go there right now, but it started in the household. You hear me? And everything that we seen in the household, you know, as it was, wasn't as it should have been, because they ain't know no better, and then they ain't know no better, and then they ain't know no better, you know. But every generation been figuring it out, you know. So now, now that we know better, based off those that didn't know no better, which caused us to experience the things that we did, you know, for better or worse. For better or worse, we got an opportunity to do something better with it. You hear me? We got an opportunity to do something with it. And with that, stillness, abundance, love, and light, health, and hold it to the cosmic consciousness, family, and soul drive. Remember, you can travel, you can move across the state by changing the state of your mind. You hear me? And it take you to do that. Feel good for no reason at all. Thanks for the like, share, comment, subscribe, new subscribers. Questions, ask them if you got them. You know, I don't bite. You hear me? I rock with y'all that rock with me, and y'all that rock with me know that. You hear me? The new subscribers may not, but yeah, my name is Sabu. It's an honor being here till we do it again. Peace.